Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hi, I'm Krista, and you are watching Heart to Heart with the Breakfast Club. We are all digital business owners and work online. Our intention is to have open dialogue about various subjects and hopefully get you thinking. Please keep in mind we are expressing our own opinions and drawing from our own experiences. We value everyone's opinions and beliefs and would love to hear from you. Our topic today is insufficient training in the workplace, right? Who hasn't experienced inadequate training in the workplace? In some of the places I have worked over the years, it's a sink or swim mentality for sure. Google gave me this information. Nearly 60% of companies around the world, these are global stats, lack a structured training program in the workplace. Only 14% of organizations provide managers with the necessary tools for rewards and recognition. 46% of new hires who don't receive adequate training fail to meet their primary objectives. Lack of training at a company leads to just 37% employee productivity. Businesses that fail to train their employees are 3 times likely to lose them. In companies where there is no training, 91% of the first year workers leave the company. Wow, right? I know firsthand how difficult it is to navigate your workload with very little training. You feel like you're all alone, and it's nerve wracking, and it certainly doesn't add to your self esteem. When I decided to work online, one of the main things I was looking for was adequate training and support because I didn't have the knowledge or the experience I needed. I am happy to say I got it with this business model, and our supportive community was just the cherry on the top. Let's go to the girls and see what they have to say about this subject. Okay, Janice, take it away.
Well, this is a very interesting topic. But one thing, I'm sure a lot of places reflect the words in which you have just spoken of. I can do, but me, on the other hand, I can do nothing but commend the place that I used to work at. When I first started, we were given 2 weeks of training, and it could be in anything that used to work in a law office, and we were given 2 weeks of training. We knew what everything was in order to sort of get our feet grounded and getting started. So it really was a terrific place to work. And right up until when they did the restructuring and I left where I was working, I could do nothing but say what a wonderful place it was to work. So that's all I can say about this place. And I can agree with Krista. Once I sort of moved to online, I was very fortunate to also say that they had the systems in place as well, so that I was able to learn and do everything that I needed in order to get my business started. Thanks for this great topic, Krista.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Janice. And you're one of the lucky ones because not everybody gets that kind of training. I can guarantee you that. Yeah. Okay, Pam, your turn.
Good morning, everyone. Good topic, Krista. Well, you don't get to be my age and not figure all the places that you've worked, what the training does for self-esteem and what it don't. I've worked from a fish plant, like I said, excuse me, years ago, where I got trained to cut fish by standing behind this big guy. Needless to say, I had to fumble my way through and figure it out for myself. I have worked in big corporations where they take you in and you got to do modules on your computer to figure out what kind of training and everything you should know about customer service and all this. That is awesome. I have also been a brick and mortar business owner where I don't get any training. I was just like, I was thrown in the woods and you figure it all out. But the most recent one that I had, I'm still doing, is my home care worker. I'm a home care provider. And when I went there, I was given no training. And that to me was sad because I was going into someone's house looking after a senior and I didn't know their needs and what was required of me. It made me feel like you're not, what is it? This job is not worthy to be done like it should be. Why didn't I have to I didn't even have to have first aid. I couldn't believe that somebody was bringing me in their home to look after this person, this special lady, and I didn't have to have any training. I felt I had low self-esteem because I didn't know if I should do something or if I shouldn't. So training is very important. And one thing it is, like the both of you already said, in the business, this online business that we're into now, it's step by step. It's video based. You can't go wrong. If you follow it, it's all there. But the training part of any job or any career is very important. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Pam. You're so right. And it does affect your self-esteem when you're not trained properly, for sure. Exactly. Okay, Tina.
Well, you said it at the beginning, sink or swim. I've been in various situations where it's been a sink or swim situation. Much like the business where it's very self-directed, even though we have a wonderful community that we can tap into and we have mentors and coaches, I've found in the workplace, they're not as readily available. And there's not a lot of follow through or checking up on you or checking in. It's almost like they don't care. Here's your stuff. Here's your training. Read it. Go to work. Sink or swim. It's unfortunate because, like Pam was saying, and like you guys had said, it does wreak havoc on your psyche and it does wreak havoc on your self-esteem. Are you doing a good job? Are you giving the best quality, that you can to whoever it is you're providing a service to or your training to or what have you? It's definitely, there's always room for improvement. This is a very hot topic. There's a lot of people that can speak on this, especially in the workforce today. Nobody has it together. Nobody has it perfectly. There's definitely better training than others out in the workforce. But I'm so glad for this business because the wealth of knowledge that's available to us that is very current. I've even taken some of this current knowledge that I have and I've taken it to my JOB and, kind of given them some pointers and hints and stuff like that, how to improve some of their training. But yeah, I'm so glad for the community that we have to follow up with and kind of run things by and troubleshoot with to get through it together. Thanks, Krista.
Yes, exactly, Tina. I'm grateful for our community and our platform as well. Okay, Jose. Oh, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. No. We'll go to Jose while you figure that. I mean, to go to Raquel while you figure that out. Okay, Raquel. You're on mute. You're on mute, Raquel.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Good morning, everybody, and good evening from Western Australia. It's a good topic, actually. This morning, I did a training, um, fire training. See, uh, without training, if we have insufficient training, I am a nurse, like I am a nurse. If we have an insufficient training, like for example, the training that I did, fire training, you don't know what are you going to do during the emergency, fire emergency, for example. So it's a really good one that we have a sufficient training. And in the other thing, um, if you in a nursing field, if you don't have like for example other training that they want you to do, and then it is hard for us to find where the training, if it's not provided, where you're going to go. um and then we are like left on the air. We don't know what to do, we don't know where to go to get this training. So yeah, it's really important, we have a communication on that one. And I'm really really happy with our business because our training is all set up step by step, and it's easy to follow. And then when you're stuck, you can just go back. You can go back easily. And then we have a community as well to reach out. And then there's a lot of people in our community that try to not try willing to help us if we are stuck. Yeah, so I'm really really grateful with our business. Thank you, Krista. That's all I could say.
Thank you, Raquel. Okay, Shanaz.
Good morning, everyone, and wish everybody all over the world have a wonderful time. I don't know if it's a night or a day, whatever it is, I wish you the greatest one. However, it's a very hot subject, Krista, because we all coming from the experience of, if it's not 2 or 3 office environment experience, maybe even more. And we all know so many weakness in those offices we have felt. And then every 6 months, if they take you in a back office to do the test, they give you a book that never you had them in the beginning. And the office policy, office, from the gender, from the color, from the language, from the culture, up to all the rule and regulation of the back office. I always had a difficulty. I always had a problem. What I am so excited and happy with this office right now, after 35 years, and that is my office. I choose to work. My hour, the people, the subject, the earning, everything gets controlled by me, no one else. And I don't need to put up with all the nonsense, political idea, agenda of the office. One, I am so proud business owner. Second, I see how accurate, precisely every step is in my hand, my computer. Step by step, I get trained. And those training always is a road map for me because 200,000 others have done the same thing. If I follow that, I'm going to be one of the very successful one, which my aim is to be the most highest, reach the most highest one. What I love, the peace of mind, the inner peace, and the growth I have in here, inner growth, it is much, much more than all those offices I have worked. Never ever I got all of this training, knowledge, and other people's experience exchange for me. All I learn other office, even though I was a professional optician, I have to know about the women's. So that was ridiculous because I didn't need to know that one. So yes, I am very happy, very excited. I am out of all of those political agenda. I am by me. And I am looking forward because there is no one can work on my nerve or put me down or boss me around. I am my own boss. I love it. And this is digital
thank you,
marketing
Shanaz.
business.
Thank you, Shanaz. That was great. And I'm glad we're not getting on your nerves. That's a really good point.
No, I love it. Look at you. This early morning, you are here. You are bringing that vibe and excitement for us. And you are not only creating this event, but teaching and the training. And by knowing the experience of all of this lady whom they are right now in here, is unbelievable. Where do you get this experience? I have not seen or experienced, and I work in Canada for the last 35 years.
Yeah.
That is good enough years, right?
Yeah. I love your excitement. I love your excitement, Shanaz. I
Thank
really
you, love.
do. Yeah.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Jesse, your turn.
Good morning, ladies. That was awesome, Shanaz. Wow, this is an interesting topic. I love it. Training is important in everything we do. We have to learn new skills. We have to learn when we're in the job. Even when you're home and you are trying to bake something, you still have to go through the recipes. That's learning. If you don't follow the recipe, of course, your goods will not come out as well, right? In terms of training in the workplace, yeah, it could be better. It does have its flaws, I would say. I know from experience, sometimes we tend to promote good workers and good performance, not necessarily great leaders or people with leadership skills, because the agenda is really, can they do the job, right? Managing people is also important when you have those type of roles. But I would say for the most part, some companies are, they're doing try and error, and they try to develop training programs that will meet the current needs of whether it's the workplace or the laws, whatever that may be, and ensure that the people are up to date and knowledgeable with what they would call best practices and all of that. The only difference I find from the workplace training and our digital online training is the fact that we can always go back and review. So the fact that we have replays, and it's not an annual review or an annual training where it becomes like a status quo and people don't really resonate with it or take it to heart because it becomes redundant. Our training on the online space has been simplified in such a way that it caters to everyone, regardless of professionalism, regardless of background, regardless of knowledge. So it's been simplified in that sense that everyone can participate in this business as long as they have the willingness to learn. I think that's the great difference. And also the fact that whenever we have a training, whether it's on a Tuesday or a Wednesday webinar, it's cost-free. The workplace trainings are usually costly, not necessarily to the employees, but it does cost the business, right? But for us, we get it for free, and we're all business owners. We're not paying to go to conferences, right? So those are the differences when it comes to training in the workplace. We do have great community. Everyone here volunteers their time to be here, and we enjoy doing it because that's what we want to do. And so that's also a huge plus, being on the online space and learning everything we need to do to be successful here in our business. So for me, it does have its pros and cons, but the online space, of course, surpasses us all with the with all the positive things that it provides. It's simplified. It has great community, and it doesn't cost us anything. And we're all building our business, and we're all successful people. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesse. Yep. So, and some more great points as well. And yes, you're right. It depends on the company. Just like Janice said, she had great training, and then there's, well, I guess the majority didn't have great training, but I mean, there are companies out there that really do try and give their employees proper training. But unfortunately, the majority is that they don't get the proper training. Okay, Elena, your turn.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Krista. It's a great topic. I'm like Janice, where I've been quite fortunate with the workforce training, but again, on the other hand, that training, if they don't find you compatible, you're kind of out of there. And you don't get that, training again, because if you just don't get it, I've seen people where it is, they've had the 2 weeks training, and then there's a little slot that they always look over you to see if you're compatible with that position. On the other hand, even running a brick and mortar business, there is no training on that one. That one you're on your own. And I find that with this business here, like most of you mentioned, is that, excuse me, it's video based, and we get the basic, we get the knowledge, which is great. The best thing is also to, we have our mentors and our coaches to fall back on as well. Whereas a brick and mortar business, you have to, just like here in Canada, we call CRA for if we have any questions, but, how do you fix a brick line? You need to know that, right? And that would be knowledge itself. It has nothing to do with the business. If you've made a profit or not, you got to figure it out yourself. So this is what I like most about our business, is that we can always fall back on the training and build our business, and be inspired with the tools that have given us on hand as well. So I really appreciate that, and it works. Thank you.
Thank you, Elena. Okay, Jose, we're going to try you and see if you got your sound back. And nope, still no sound. But Jose did put in the comments that she agrees with everybody else. Yeah, so there you go, everyone. I hope you heard some really great points. I hope you enjoyed our discussion and it gave you some food for thought. If our discussion sparked your interest and you are open to finding out more, register for our free live information session happening tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go to the website of the person's page you're watching from and register, or send them off a message and they will make sure you get the website to register. A replay is available as well if this time frame doesn't work for you. Invest in training, and you're not just shaping careers, you're sculpting a culture of continuous improvement. And I can attest, our online community is continuously improving. So I'm signing off now, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day.